In this video, you will learn about the best performing P2P platforms in September. You will also learn about platforms that could not care less about providing investors with transparent, performance-oriented data to make sure you make educated investment decisions. The information in this video will help you determine which platforms do a great job of protecting investors' interest and which platforms are raising funds to fund their high-risk, black box type of investments. The data presented today is publicly available. As always, note that this is by no means investment advice. P2P lending is risky and you might lose your money. That's especially true for poorly performing platforms or those who prefer not to share data with investors. Let's start with the largest platforms first. Mintos, Estate Guru and Peaberry have the largest portfolios under management. There has been little change on Mintos past month. Estate Guru's portfolio decreased by more than 2%, while the defaulted amount increased by another 4 million. As of right now, it looks like the management's goal to reach a sub 10% default rate seems like wishful thinking rather than anything investors should count on in the near future. Peaberry's business partners continue the repayments of war-affected loans. The Aventus Group recently covered all the remaining short-term loans from Russia and Ukraine. In total, there are about 5 million euro left to be recovered. Unfortunately, most of it's loans from the GoFingo Group, which pays just about 200,000 euro every month. The full recovery of GoFingo's portfolio can take another 20 months. Investors should therefore not expect the same pace of recoveries on Peaberry in the upcoming months. Still, Peaberry has recovered the most war-affected loans across the whole P2P lending industry, which significantly boosted the trust in their product. The best performing platforms this month are Robocash, Esketit, Inrento, Crowdpeer and FinTown. All those portfolios are performing with no loans in recoveries, meaning the platforms honor their obligation towards investors and do a great job protecting their funds. Investors appreciate that as well, since their portfolios are growing almost every month. It's also great that even smaller platforms started publishing performance-oriented data. Let's now look at other platforms that still show a decent portfolio performance. Income's portfolio decreased over the past month. What's also worth pointing out is that Income's suspended lender, ClickCash from Brazil, repaid only about 2,000 euro last month. With this pace, it will take another 6 years to recover the funds from ClickCash. That's certainly not something investors sign up for when joining the platform that promotes secured investments. While it's not a very significant amount of money, it is something that investors should keep in mind. Lande increased its portfolio last month, while the funds in recovery have proportionally decreased, the absolute amounts have slightly increased. The same is valid for platforms such as Heavy Finance, Debitum or Twino. All platforms increased the portfolio size rather than decreased the funds in recovery. Reinvest24 has not shared anything about recovering their problematic portfolios in Moldova and Spain, which makes it still one of the worst performing platforms in September. The reason why it's just one of the worst platforms is because we don't know about platforms that don't publish any decent data. Monster has not updated the information about its defaulted lenders for 2 months now. Instead, they started pushing dubious lenders with high interest rates and cashback bonuses. Basically, back to square one of how to attract dump money. Via Invest, Uvo, Afranga and Swapper also couldn't care less to provide performance-oriented data to investors. What's even more troubling is the shady practices by CreditStar, which is using Lender Market and Monefit to fund its loan book. It seems like investors are leaving Lender Market, judging by the decrease in the outstanding portfolio amount. It's really no surprise that people are fed up with CreditStar's bullshit. First, the platform blocked withdrawals for several weeks before they introduced pending payments, which by the way can also be reinvested. So basically, Lender Market allows you to invest unavailable funds. Now, investors seem to be able to withdraw their available amounts after they have been stuck in pending payments for weeks or months at a time. The high interest rate and a ridiculous 5% cashback campaign are pathetic strategies to keep the investors invested and attract new capital. Given that CreditStar has recently raised 15 million on Monefit, it's hard to estimate how much of their portfolio is not performing. Their poor liquidity management and deceptive marketing strategies are, however, reasons to stay away from credit star lending market and Monefit Smart Saver, as the risk of losing money is very high. So that's been a quick summary of the P2P lending industry in Europe. As you can see, it's not all shiny and risk-free as some platforms like to present. The problem in the industry is that there are still way too many dishonest people running their lending businesses and too many naive investors thinking that it must be safe to invest in a profitable lending company. Based on the performance-oriented data I present to you every month, only 9% of the platforms with respective outstanding portfolios have no funds in recovery. This means that on those platforms, you can be somewhat certain to receive the advertised interest rate. And that's just a snapshot of the industry. There are a bunch of other local platforms and soon to be defaulted shady operators who are not even included in this overview. And we are not even mentioning the scams from the past few years. So the chances that you will turn a profit from P2P lending without any research or monitoring are, statistically speaking, very slim. Not questioning shady practices such as the non-fulfillment of obligations towards investors is a recipe for how to eventually lose money. And if you don't want to lose money, you should absolutely like this video and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit the notifications bell to get updated on what's happening in P2P lending. We also send out a monthly newsletter, and for those with higher investment amounts, we have a membership platform where you can get early access to relevant risk-related information from various platforms. You will find all the relevant links in the description below the video. Additionally, I encourage you to bookmark our news section to stay up to date on the latest news and red flags. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.